Morning folks, it's Sunday the 9th of December. I'm going to do a quick update. I did last weekend quite a long update and chat, but I'm absolutely useless with software and I had to do it over about 3 videos because people turned up, so me and software don't go together, so I have to do just one video on phone for now till I get my head around it. So excuse me, a quick update of what I do for winter and what's going on and just things like that. So strawberry bed all tidied back, all straw taken off, all cut back. I've actually top dressed them with some compost, but I'd done that a few weeks ago. I said I did the video last weekend, but these bags, this time of year I bring all sorts down for composting and leaf mould and hops and everything I can get my hands on. So it's all starting to pile up. Excuse the sun, I'm not complaining. So this leaf mould bin nearly emptied now. It's not rotted down fully, it's not. I don't use it like that. Simply it takes too long to turn into, yeah, okay, it's really nice sort of compost friable, but that bin there, that entire bin had probably in 2 or 3 years time had rot down to about 4 quid worth of cheap nasty compost that's got probably about the same amount of nutrients in it, because leaf mould doesn't have hardly any nutrients and it's great for holding moisture and all that lot. Well, to be honest, so is cheap compost, but I still like using it because I use it to top dress stuff. So this, my raspberries, my summer raspberries that are all tied up, that's had, excuse me a moment, that's had 3 inch of manure and straw rotted down. That's same stuff that's on here. That's been rotted down for about 6 months. It's actually calf bedding, so it's very, very, very high nitrogen. If anybody can imagine calves drinking just milk, yeah, what comes out other end is very, very high in nitrogen and very runny. So it makes amazing compost, as I'll show you in a bit. So I just top dress with some of that, and then the 1-year-old leaf mould, and you can still see there's quite a few leaves and stuff still, but it's fine. That is a cover that will hold moisture in, and it stops the birds flicking the manure about in the spring. So this is the autumn fruiting. I'm starting on my frame because I'm going to build a fruit frame. Gooseberry, I'll give it a little bit of a haircut and top dress that with manure, so that's just sitting there doing no. Rhubarb, same, all top dressed. The tayberries I ain't got around to top dressing yet because I've pulled all the crud off, all the manky stuff, and I've cut the strawberries back a little bit, but I need to really trim them back and decide what I'm doing in there. Whether I take the strawberries out completely and just do a really thick mulch and feed me tayberries, because I really want the tayberries to get all the nutrients out of that bed, don't I? So that's the sort of food for thought for me. I know you can't see, but in there's 11 huge cloves of elephant garlic. I've taken up the last 2 stalks of kale, bagged that up. I'm leaving these 2 F1 Reflex and these 2 Cavolo Nero or Nero de Toscana, I can't remember which one. My sprouts have got buttons. The stems are a bit mouldy and the stems are all wonky and bent, but there's plenty there for Christmas dinner, so I'm happy with that. Some more sand and stuff. Top dressed all my strawberries down there, excuse the shadow. This bed's top dressed with manure, well rotted manure and the leaf mould, and I'll just leave that now. I'm not going to cover this one. I'm going to do an experiment. I normally cover, as you can see there, it's got a blue cover on it. It's got sand and soil out of the carrot bin at the moment, but that's got a cover on, and I'm going to leave that covered. I'm going to leave this uncovered. Reason being is people say that if you cover beds they can't breathe, the soil can't breathe. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to see basically which is the best friable soil, which is rotted down the most, because I'm not digging in, I don't dig. In the spring I'll pull off any big bits, big lumps and throw them in compost bin. So we'll see which is rotted down the most, that one or the one underneath the polythene. The reason I'm digging out the carrot bed is, one, if you can see, it's not actually that well mixed in the sand and soil. So when I sieve it back in, when I put it back in, it'll mix up a bit more. But two, so the birds can get to it in the frost, get any bugs out of it, and then I'll sieve it all back in with a bit more compost, because obviously you lose nutrients and compost, you know, through the carrots. Leeks, amazing. I'm not sure which is Longbow and which is Musselburgh, but to be honest, it really don't matter. You know, if you look there, spot on. I have got a bit of rust. I've never had rust before, but I don't know whether it was because it was so dry and then so wet, I don't know. But these are the same, absolutely stonking, cracking. I've started taking these, started eating them. I haven't got enough room in my freezer, basically, to take them all in one go. But I'll keep an eye on this rust. And what I may do is pull off some of the rusty leaves, some of the outer leaves, thin the leaves down a little bit, just so a bit more air can get around them. Or I may just dig them out and freeze them if I can make a bit of space. Winter veg. My winter collies just sitting there, they're really lovely and strong now under there, and my winter cabbage sitting there with one or two little bits and bobs of casualties from slugs and snails. I was having a tidy up the other day, and just goes to show us Yorkshire folk have to put up with a lot more than you southern softies, because look at the size on the snails that live around here. I tell you, you don't know what you've got to deal with down there. I've got big hands. Look at their size, all them things. Nah, only joking. Those came out of a compost bag, believe it or not, from work. Some snails that we have giant snails. Obviously shed a shell or passed away or something. So the pond is full. I'm planting round it. I've got a few things coming through, some irises over there. I've got some oh god, my brain's gone completely dead, really tall bellflowers, pink and white. They'll come back to me in a minute. I've got a load of daffodils planted in there, foxgloves. I knew the minute I stopped thinking about it, it'd come back. So yeah, the pond's filled up. I've got plants at home, we're going to go in there, and rocks and pieces of wood so things can get out. Leaf mold bin, it's dropped down, lovely. Believe it or not, in there is 6 1-ton builder's bags of leaves, varying from sort of 3/4 to full. When they came here, they were all full. I've got this one and one more to go in there, and a load of bags of leaves as well. So strawberry runners in there. This is this year's compost bin. This is last year's compost bin, which is completely and utterly beautiful and ready to go, really friable. And that's 50% compost and 50% manure bin, all put together, and a little bit of a mix. All the buckets there. I've got 6 buckets of pink fir apple left under there. They will happily sit there for quite a while, you know, with the top on, so no more moisture gets in, and they'll dry out a little bit. So that's it really. There's not a lot going on. I don't know if I told you in the last video, but I'm getting on with my path down here. I want a hard path going all the way down to the bottom on this side. The rest of it I'm just going to put bark down, a weed membrane and some bark. So that's it for now, folks. I'll probably do another one just before Christmas and the Christmas thank you. I know there's not been a lot of videos this year. I've had a lot going on with my dad dying and my operation and stuff. You know, it's not an excuse. I don't do these. I don't put adverts on. I don't do these for financial gain or for anybody to think I know what I'm talking about, to be honest. I really enjoy videoing the progress of my allotment, you know, and following other people's allotments. There's so many fantastic growers out there, People who have got so much knowledge, it's unreal. You know, one of them that I watch regularly every time I put it, Jeff Foreman. I'm going to put a link below. Jeff, he's had a bad year this year. The accident broke his leg and had to have it done, and then it broke again, and oh, it's a nightmare. But he grows giant leeks and onions, and he's got a most amazing allotment with a 100-foot long greenhouse and polytunnels. You know, he says it straight and how it is. Nothing complex. He tells you all his little secrets, how he grows stuff. He does simple videos. You know, he's really, really knowledgeable, and he really is worth a watch. I'll put a link below if you don't watch him. You know, he is. I can't say enough. He's old school. He's old school. You know, he uses old techniques, chamomile tea and rhubarb leaves and all sorts for pesticides, and it's just amazing. It just is absolutely amazing to watch and listen to do, you know, what he does. So right, folks, have a lovely time on your allotments. I've found a few new channels that I've just started watching. I'll put a link up in next few videos, because it's really nice to see people starting out, you know, and how they're getting on, and the hard work they do. So I'll put a few links in next time to them. Okay, but thank you very, very much for supporting me, subscribing. You know, like I say, I'm not an expert. I don't profess to be. I just really enjoy growing, and especially eating my vegetables. There's an old train station, and a bit gloomy. Ta-ta for now.